Hi everyone, welcome back to the Best Kept Secrets podcast with me, your host Sharon K. Mwangi. I have two very handsome gentlemen here with me on today's episode. I like to what I'm trying to do with each season is have at least one fun episode, because I feel like a lot of the things we talk about on this podcast are very heavy. So this one is light. I'm hoping it's going to be fun, no pressure. But I saw this tweet. Before I let you guys introduce yourselves, I saw this tweet of a girl who was like, we talk about men, we talk about women and their icks about men. We want to hear from the men. Men, what icks do you have about women? And the responses were wild. It's like the men were waiting to be asked. So I was like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's have Eli and Oscar come and tell us what their icks are about. But before we get into it, please introduce yourselves and tell my people who you are for those who don't know you. Oscar.
Do I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
One of my icks is that I get to go first very, very often when the situation is very high. Hi, I'm Oscar from ManTalk.ke. I run a little podcast called ManTalk.ke with
Not little.
with Eli and Oscar on my right side. We have put ourselves on the line of fire, and we'll be talking about like relationship stuff that we rarely do, but because you're such a friend and you've invited us to your home,
period,
we've pulled up,
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Cheers.
My name's Eli and Oscar. I'm
not Ellie.
Not Ellie, please.
Eli.
I should put it in my bio.
Not Ellie.
Yeah, exactly. My name's Eli and Oscar. I'm a content creator. I'm also a podcaster, and I'm one of Sharon's very good friends. And that's why we're here today to talk about our ex, and she could put us in the hot seat. But it's all good. It's all good. We do this.
So I don't know why they're so scared to tell us what their icks are, because I feel like we're always dragging men. We're always saying the things we don't like about them. So I think in the spirit of feminism and equality and all of that, why shouldn't we get to hear from you guys what you guys don't like about women, and then take that as constructive criticism, please, guys, not them bashing women, just constructive criticism. So why don't we hear from you guys? These are personal things. These are things that apply to you, because I think everyone has their own preferences, has their own tastes. So speak as Oscar and Eli.
First of all, Sharon, I have to say you're very presumptuous of ManTalk. It's very presumptuous of you to ask the both of us what our icks are when any other guy would have come and asked you the same, and you have a very long phone book. So the first question I'm going to ask you is why did you ask?
Why you guys?
Why us?
Oscar, just fishing for compliments. I will give them to you. I will give you the compliments. You guys have been very instrumental, whether you know it or not, in the Best Kept Secrets podcast and even the inception of it. Actually, Oscar, you don't know, but the Best Kept Secret, the name came from you, off of a conversation we had, and because I shared with you both about this podcast way before it came to fruition, and you called me and we were talking, and you asked me how far with the podcast, and I'm like, still working on it. It's still like on the low, still under the wraps. And you're like, Sharon, trust me, this is a best kept secret.
It is.
And then when I was praying about the name, that's all that kept coming back to me, and that's how we got the name.
It's so funny you say that. So funny you say that.
Why?
No, anyway, but the truth, the thing is, like on the podcast, one of the things we said is let God be your instrument. That's one of the things I said in the podcast. Like sometimes you don't know, so thank you. It's very humbling.
Yeah. So who else would I have on here in season 1? Other than you guys, so...
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You made me feel very comfortable. So when I was even doing my intro, I was like, are we really going to talk about this? You said there's no judgment, there's no presumptions. So I feel a bit better about that. Yeah. The disclaimer's out there.
Guys, one thing that doesn't ick is a compliment. My God, like what you've just done right now is a rare thing. I think a lot of guys don't get told that. Like we add value, and it's really big.
Both add a lot of value in my life, and I appreciate you both, and that's why you're here.
Appreciate it.
Okay,
guys, this is after.
Okay,
This is after I just broke a vase, guys.
Yeah.
While you're
Coming
He's
into the
been
house.
in my house for 2 seconds and he's broken things. And that's the little naughty corner. That's why he's sitting
That's
there
why I'm
and not on the couch.
Yeah, I'm in the naughty corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Eli, please begin with
Please
the
start us
first.
off. We want to hear from you. What's your first
I'll
ick?
just rewind us like about a minute 30.
Mm.
We said, you were going to go first.
No,
With the intro. Does that
you're
mean
gonna
he
go
goes with his
first.
ick? No,
You-
I'm gonna kick off the
You
icks.
go first.
So I'm
Yeah.
setting the bar for how
Yeah.
intense this
Yeah.
is gonna
Do you
be.
want to start by saying what icks are for those who don't know?
Definition, according to Oxford English, an ick, I-C-K, is a trait
Yeah.
exhibited by somebody in your immediate environment
Yes.
that rubs you the wrong way.
Yes.
Yeah, so that wasn't the real definition.
But
My
you did well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was a valiant attempt.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
My first ick, this is very, very specific, but my first ick is, when someone wears jeans, right? But then, like, the elastic is kind of gone. So
Okay.
the jeans aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
In terms
Okay.
Around the thigh, around everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
So
got
it's
that
like
weird-
loose. Yeah.
But like you can see they're not supposed to be, but then they are. Like it just, I see it a lot and it really gets on my nerves.
That's
there's a specific
very
brand,
specific.
Yeah, and there's a specific brand that girls wear. It's got like the little shield at the bottom, like a little red thingy shield. So like when they've kind of seen their better days,
Yeah.
now when I see them worn and it's like all kind of bunched up, it's not supposed to be. It
Yeah.
just yeah.
But
I don't like it.
Eli, this justifies so much about you being in Kenya for a long time. Because in London, I did see a lot of worn out trousers. Did this really inspire you to come back and relocate
Correct.
to Kenya? Yes.
Correct,
Was this
yes.
the one ick that was like the ick of all icks?
That literally
The jeans that were like
I saw-
overworn
I saw
and.
one pair too many, and I said,
What about cost per wear, Eli? What about sustainability, Eli?
Yeah.
per wear. So that's why it gets to a point where you should not wear them anymore. So you invest in decent items so they can go for that long period of time, and you don't carry on, riding a broken bike. So it's,
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very well put, sir.
thank you.
Very
Thank you.
oddly specific, but
It goes
Thanks.
deeper than that. The reason
Okay.
is right. Okay, taking pride in your appearance. Right.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it kind of links into that. So I'm like, you've put them
oh,
still
okay.
on, and you know they don't. Okay, maybe it's a financial thing. That might be the case.
Yeah.
But like, if you, I think you can still thrift. Like you can still
Yes.
thrift and stuff. So clothes
Yes.
shouldn't be an issue. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
So when you're still putting on clothes that have seen better days,
Uh-huh.
I feel like you're not kind of respecting your image as a person. So it's like
Okay.
a bigger
Okay.
issue. So that's my first ick.
Thank
You said
you.
to be honest, guys.
No,
You
we
said to be
appreciate
honest.
the
You said to be
honesty.
honest. Yeah.
Okay.
Oscar?
My next ick, the second one.
Yeah.
This is something that like I feel it fundamentally,
Uh-huh.
like deeply.
Yeah.
When someone does not have the ability to say sorry.
Okay.
You know that thing when they do something wrong and then they expect to be forgiven. Do you get what I mean? Like you expect me to just like carry on like you didn't do something wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your ego is in the way. Just move it aside and say, babe, honey,
It's just
daddy,
Uh-huh.
Oscar,
not that easy.
I'm sorry.
For women
I'm
to
so
say,
I'm so
to
sorry for
acknowledge that we are wrong.
I'm so sorry for not living up to the things I said I do, or not fulfilling something that we agreed to do, or inconveniencing you because I know it is inconvenient. It is apparent that it is inconvenient. I just feel like that doesn't happen often, and a lot of men who are watching this agree with me. I don't know how many men in this room, including the camera guy, how many of us have had sorry this year? Hands are down. See?
Oh no, I didn't. Was that hand raising?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm quite lucky to have heard it quite a few times.
yeah, I
I-
think we're learning how to say sorry and take accountability. So yeah,
Yes, please do. It's really attractive. But if you don't think we don't see
Okay.
that. Yeah.
that we're not taking accountability.
Yeah, personally,
and saying sorry.
it's I find it very, very insulting.
Is that for
Okay.
both genders or is that women specific?
Both genders, of course, but like I feel like
Women's specific.
I feel both genders, of course, but I
Yeah.
find like with women it tends
Yeah.
to happen a lot more.
Okay.
Like especially when you've kind of told yourself some things that you're above some things. I don't know.
Yeah.
This sounds like a very
Noted.
direct scenario that's happened to you.
It is.
Yeah.
These are very specific icks.
Yes.
Let's carry on.
Yes.
Eli.
You're not gonna.
Please,
I'm not
Sharon,
sharing anything.
we need some icks. No.
I'm not sharing anything.
She
In
used-
fact, what I feel like we
Yeah.
should do,
Uh-huh.
like once we're done sharing our icks, we're gonna share things that you love about women.
Okay.
Just so we just don't have like negative energy. We don't do
Okay.
that over here.
That'd be a very quick
Yeah.
segment,
Eli, didn't you just go viral for saying something good about women?
Correct. Yeah, that was
Yes.
a joke. That was a joke. I love women.
But also, with all due respect, I think your icks should not be the best kept secret on the best kept secret podcast. So please share with us at least
Okay,
one
I
or
will
two.
share.
Yeah.
I think for me, an ick is definitely hygiene. I can't stand like those men who have like dirty nails. Like it's like I can't stand dirty nails, like feet that are dirty, like smelling musty. I'm getting worked up. Like I just can't. And I remember there's a guy who was hitting on me, and he came to like pick me up, and his car smelled so musty. And then I happened to like take a glance at his feet, and it scared me. And like my friend, like also, I think he came to pick both my friend and I up, and we both like gave each other like, do you see those feet? And like she was just like, Sharon, we can't do this. And I was like, sis, I feel you, like that's like we're out, like let's dip. So I can't stand like bad hygiene. I can't stand like dirty nails, dirty feet, like a dirty smelly car, like musty, no. Shower.
Those feet, can you just describe them to us? I'm very curious to see.
Draw a vivid picture, if you will. You
They
know,
were
this
just
is
like-
an audio
What time of
product.
day was it?
This is coming to you now live from your bedroom. Sharon's depiction of feet.
Oh god, they were just not cute.
Was it ash? Was it-
It was ashy. It was like
Wearing
they were
sandals?
very like, yes, he was wearing sandals.
Ooh.
It was ashy. It was like they were like black in the
Black?
nail, like in the nail they were like dirt, like built up dirt. in
So
there.
layers, you
like
know.
layers of dirt.
What if this is a guy who's like, working hard in construction
No,
constantly?
he's not. He worked in agency. He had a 9 to 5. So no.
What if
No.
what if he applied nail polish? These days we're trying to be metro.
No, it wasn't nail polish. So no, I can't. I just can't do it. Like I really, really value.
What if he comes from the windy parts of Kenya?
Oh no, I come from those parts. I don't do that. So, and I think it's
So
like
obvious.
definitely like, I think as babes, like when we grow up, like we're really, really like taught like about like hygiene and all of these things. And I feel like with boys, like we just like allow them to be, because it's like manly to be like dirty and grungy and all of these things. And no, like, yes, to like men who get like pedicures and manicures and who get facials and like take care of themselves and like all of that. Like I can't be here looking good like this and then you're musty. No.
Facts.
She said musty.
Must.
How many times? Have a
Musty,
shot.
dusty.
Take a shot wherever you are.
No.
Just- every time she says musty,
Musty, dusty, no.
crusty.
Crusty, no.
Thanks for the
Yeah.
dusty.
Yeah.
What a track.
What a
What a
track.
track. What a time to be
As you can tell,
alive.
Drake is a
Yeah.
yeah. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well
Thanks,
done. Well
thanks,
done.
thanks.
Okay,
Who's next?
I think
Who
I
is it?
said mine.
Oh, it was you.
Okay, so there's certain words that just when I hear them come from anyone's mouth specifically, but like
Yeah.
a lady's even more.
Yeah.
The N word.
Oh.
When a girl says
What?
the N word, it's like, because I don't say the N word.
So tusionge. We just, you don't even know what that means. We just,
So, just what?
no, never mind.
So
Sorry,
you don't-
continue.
you don't- No, yeah, like it's just, I just hate when it's said,
Yeah.
and I hate when it's said from a girl specifically, especially when it's
Why?
just, or when they say my and then N word. To me, I'm like, huh?
Oh,
Or when they
why?
say ends on ish, like those kind of sentences,
Oh.
they just like, it just rubs me the wrong way. And then when girls call me bro,
Bro.
yeah,
We're gonna have fun with that one, Sharon. We're gonna have fun with that
yeah,
one.
when they call me bro and say the N word, those two kind of just.
Why don't you want to be called bro?
Yeah, why not? That's
I
weird.
have one sister.
No, I mean, bro is like a universal like thing. It's like how babes, like we all call each other sis.
Right.
So like
but
if you're my homie, then I call you bro.
I feel like if a bro was an action that what girl was doing is, when girls go up to guys and they're like, hey, like, and they high five you,
Yeah.
that's like the equivalent. Like, which
Okay.
is another ick, like that kind of. I don't know.
Do you hate it when it's bro from everyone or just from women you find attractive?
Yeah.
Anyone.
Okay.
Any woman who calls
Anyone,
you
why
bro
call me
is an
bro?
ick.
Yeah.
don't call Eli bro.
So you lift all these weights just to feel weird about.
So what do you want to be called?
You
Eli?
Okay.
This is so weird, Eli. Even for me, I'm.
Really? You
I'm
don't like?
shocked.
I can't. I
So
just don't
shocked
like
by
it. N-word and being called bro. I don't
Yeah,
like
fair.
it. I
Okay.
don't like it.
Yeah,
Wow.
but okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know.
Like that, it's a bit okay. I
It's
get
like
what
chest
you.
bumping me. Why are you chest bumping? That's how it feels.
What's up, bro?
Oh.
How you doing? How you doing, bro?
Hey, Eli.
What's up, bro?
Hey, Buana.
Then we can do brunch after. Yikes.
Yeah,
You
just
can't.
Yeah, okay.
Just-
I understood it after a few seconds. I was like,
Yeah, it's just a little.
Okay.
As you can tell, just to respond to that, I feel like I'm so used to the friend zone guys. I'm inside that place, so I get bros
yeah,
all the
like
time.
bro is like normal for you.
Normal for me. I get broed all the
Sorry,
time.
bro.
Yeah, see that? It's been happening. 12 years, she still calls me bro.
Yeah.
Sharon, 12 years.
Over a decade.
Sorry. Share your ick, bro. Tell us.
Alright. Okay. Next, I think for me, there's something to be said about. I don't know if you've ever been in this scenario when you might be in a situation when someone wants to exclude others in a sentence. You're not like them, you know. Those guys, you know. I feel like those guys don't get us. You know that those situations where it's like, let's say. Okay, I'll give an example to help with it. Let's say you go and have like dinner somewhere. You open the door for someone. She sits down. She's really comfortable. She orders. You don't flinch. You pay. And she's like, you're not like the guys. You're not like those guys. You're not like those guys. You know, most guys. I feel like you're not like them. Or you talk in the context of my friends or in the context of people I know, and then you say you're not like them. Like you're trying to say like you're trying as much as you're trying to compliment me. You compliment me to the detriment of other people. That thing. I usually feel the skin at the back of my neck just because like I come from a very 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 diverse background, so I have a lot of individuals I relate to on so many levels. The people who have shown me kindness and love that you can't even understand, and they might not necessarily come from the most financially privileged backgrounds or the most aware backgrounds, but there are people who have perspectives that are wealthy. And one big ick for me is when I meet someone who is very quick to exclude themselves from people and to include themselves
like
as a senior that superiority complex. Me, once I smell it, it's like no, I'm not taking you. And Eli, I think once or twice you heard me say, no, you can't take that person anywhere. Like I can't take you anywhere.
Makes sense. I think that's an ick for everyone, really. Like if you put yourself above others or you try to make yourself better than others, I think
it's really poor. Like I feel like it's always healthier to meet people at like the same level. Even if you can change those levels, it's fine. And God bless you for being so well socially calibrated, but also don't put people down to lift yourself up. That thing for me is like it's really like bad. Like I just all
right. Eli.
That's deep, brother.
That was deep.
Really? Oh, thank you.
I think as well, just to add to that as well, since we're in the space, I think because every guy has like certain stages of their life, and it's like you might have met that dude at a certain stage where he acts like that because that's all he knows, and it kind of looks like they kind of throw them in a bucket of like zero potential because you're like them guys, and so you can never graduate to the guy that you're with. So I hear you. I've heard the same thing. I think I know who you're talking about as well.
You gotta tell me this tea when the camera stops.
No, it's not a specific. It's just something that keeps occurring. When you move up socially or economically, you'll see it. It's very irritating.
I agree.
Okay.
Last icks, and then we share the good things. Make it juicy.
I'm debating on two, so I'm going to go with this one. There's a thing that quite a lot of girls do where they'll intentionally make themselves dumber. Like, and I get why they do it.
Why do they do it?
Because men love explaining. So they're giving you the space to be like, well, really? So you can be like, yeah, actually, and then so it's like they're actually assisting you to be like, oh, yeah, go on, tell me something I don't know. But like, it gets very draining because sometimes you're like, there's no way you didn't know that. There's no way.
What if she didn't know for real?
Okay, sometimes it can be such an obvious thing. So, say you're driving, say it gets stopped by a cop, right?
Yeah.
And then she's heard the whole interaction. Then she says something like, "Well, so why do you think cops do that? Like, why do you think he was stopped? Like, you know, those
Just
kind
trying
of
to
things.
make conversation.
Yeah, I know. Do something better. Do you know what I mean? Like
Did you hear that voice?
Yeah. I'm like,
I just,
Sorry.
I don't know, but it happens so many
Rough.
times. But I think there's different degrees of it.
Yes.
There's like the little, like, tell me a little bit about this. I'm genuinely interested. But then there's just the consistent asking. Yeah.
Sorry.
That face. Have you done this before, Sharon?
I'm very inquisitive. I love to ask questions.
Do you
Like,
like being
let me
explained
come.
to,
Can I come over and ask you some questions? Like, that's like the type of person I am. Maybe just not like that, but I like to ask people questions.
Do you enjoy hearing like responses?
I
Is that your
do.
thing?
I'm asking because I'm genuinely curious and I want to know.
You're watching football. Who's playing? Is that?
No, I mean not that kind of asking.
You know them ones who like you're in the 10th minute of the movie, and then she's asking you what's happening.
I'm
Now you
so
have to
sorry,
like
but that's me.
you have to like explain the whole movie.
Yeah.
That's
And you haven't. I'm watching it with you.
I just got here as well.
I'm watching it with you. Why?
That's me. I'm sorry, guys,
It's irritating.
to give you the ick, but that's me. Like in the cinema, I'm like, do you think it's like that's?
God.
Yeah, like. Do you think he's gonna? That's me.
Yeah, little whisper here.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
So, sorry.
nice. I hear that.
Oscar?
Okay. I think I'm also. I just thought of something that Eli mentioned. That's also, but it's not just a complimentary to like Eli's thing.
Yeah.
Which is, there is something to be said about someone who opens up a new dimension in a conversation. Like when and we've mentioned this severally. Umeru. Severally on the ManTalk.k podcast, which is when you meet a lady who opens up a new dimension when you're speaking. I think it does wonders for me, especially because like I'm still trying to learn and grow.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the opposite of what Eli is saying, which is you find someone who's not letting you win by just deflecting and recycling the same content that you're giving.
Yeah.
It's like it's like an English girl. If she just puts in present past participle, then she shoots it back. Do you think that shoots back? No, it's
okay,
like,
makes
no.
okay.
Yeah, so I get what he's
makes more
saying.
sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sometimes you want to learn something new. We want you to go, I'm into content, but I also do fashion. I have a line. What? What do you mean you have a line? Yeah, in fact, this is how we do fabrics. This is how I'm like, what? Tell me more. Yeah, then I got my friends to model with me. What? Yeah, then we called it Epiphany.
Not
What?
you giving my whole life story.
What? Yeah. You see now, that's fun. That's someone you're like, yeah, that's a solid one. Yeah. So I feel like that's what Eli means.
Right.
Okay. Next week.
Last week.
I think communication, dog. Like communication for me is a big thing. Like the fact that there's this, I don't know if it's a fallacy. I don't know who's been telling ladies this, but that apparently you want to be scarce so that you can be chased. Who has the time?
Rewind. They want to be scarce so that they're chased.
Yeah, that thing where like you're talking to someone and then suddenly they become artificially unavailable. Like they're busy suddenly. You like
That's me.
You love it, but me,
like,
I don't. Like for me, wow. Do that to me and you'll see. I really prioritize because I have so much to do.
So you like a girl that like takes initiative and
Yeah,
calls you
yeah,
and
like, and
tries to make plans.
Exactly. And you'll find that the people who I'm not romantically involved with are very good at that. And so like our relationships really progress.
Thrive, yeah.
But once you get romantically involved with someone, it's like now I'm supposed. It's nice to chase. Yes, I do agree that I'd probably chase, but like don't do it artificially. Don't make yourself artificially unavailable. Don't do that thing where it's like, I felt like I've talked to him like for 2 days continuously. There's a story I've like, let me sleep today and not talk to him. Then he'll feel like he's, those
so me.
Those tactics.
That is so
those
me.
tactics.
I'm just like, I called him the last 2 nights, so I'm not calling him today.
Yeah, but you see, you called him the last 2 nights. There's some people who don't call at all.
No, even do you know what the most embarrassing thing for me
so
is
it's
calling a man and he doesn't pick up.
Any man or just...
I will like jump off the balcony like, how dare you not pick my call, sir? What are you doing? Like, or like, and then I imagine him looking at the phone ringing and like being like, whatever, like I'm not gonna pick that.
That sounds strongly like an insecurity, Sharon.
I can't. I just
you
can't
want to
do
talk
it.
about that
Like,
right now?
so
You're not leaning back. You can sit back.
I'm the therapist.
No, what happened, Sharon? What happened?
So I will not call a man. Like I will actually have to call my friends to convince me to call him.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of credit.
That's a lot of airtime. I mean, Safaricom.
I was like, do you think I should call him? Do you think I should call him? And then they're usually like,
Do you add them to the call?
There's some other,
Yeah, like we do a group call, guys. So
wow.
Yeah.
So 2 bob a minute.
Yeah.
should I call him? And then we'll go back and forth, and then we'll be like, okay, yeah, sure, maybe call him.
If you have 3
Then
friends.
after the group call, I call you and you don't pick.
How many friends? If I'm wondering.
However many are available. For
No,
the
just
call.
like give me a minimum.
like 3.
3. Wow. So
Yeah.
it's that's
Yeah.
4. So that's like wow. That's like
Yeah.
6.
And then we
Yeah,
go
yeah,
through like variables, like why we should call, why we shouldn't call, what does this mean, what doesn't it mean.
Does every man get this breakdown, or does there have to be some sort of?
No, it has to be like a man that I really like.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So when they're spending 8 shillings a minute for you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's serious. And you have to
Yeah.
know that does this friend group consist of qualified lawyers, doctors,
Yeah.
engineers? Yeah.
Yeah.
They normally charge
Very
1,000
smart
an
men.
hour, so it's
Yeah.
very discounted.
Literally
Yeah.
investing in everyone.
Wow, it's
Yeah.
literally an investment.
Yeah.
Jesus. Wow.
But I am definitely those babes for being chased.
Okay.
Sorry to give the ick.
Well, unfortunately for me, if Sharon, if I get it, but also at the same time, you also have to recognize that there are some people who are actually busy. There's some guys who actually we are
I
busy.
know, that's why I'm trying to be better and call.
Yeah, cool. So like, there's some guys who are like for me, I'll give you the context of kind of my life, and I know there's a lot of people like this. You're trying to balance your business, you're trying to balance studying, you're trying to
Yeah.
balance getting a job, you're trying to
Yeah.
balance like all these different things, family and showing them love and giving them time. So when I start giving you time and I start making you a priority, it feels a bit, I don't know.
Disrespectful.
I wouldn't
Like if you're the only one making the effort.
yeah, like if I'm the only one who's like constantly
Yeah.
chasing, and trust me, like there gets to a point where I'll say you're not the only one in that phone book. I'll just yeah,
It is
it's
fair.
sad.
We said honesty.
Honestly,
We
it's sad,
we
but
said
like
honesty.
it's just something that ends up happening. Like you'll just find that there's someone else who's interesting and giving you time as well, and you'll just turn your heads. And it's not that you want to be chased; it's just that and life happens, and sometimes the energy shifts. But if that just there's no justifications, and this ties back to the first point. If you
Yeah.
do that and you don't say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't pick up, I was doing
Yeah.
something," and you just carry on with life as if 2 missed calls were not missed that day.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it also depends on where we are at
Yeah.
in this relationship. If
Yeah.
it's in the beginning, I expect you to make a bit more effort than I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah.
But like if you're my boyfriend and we've been together for a while, like I'm not gonna feel shy to like pick up the phone and call you.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll call you at every little minor inconvenience. Like I'll just be like, babe, like imagine this and this happened, and you probably don't care, but like it's like giving me so much joy to tell you
Yeah.
this very like dumb thing that happened to me. So I think in the beginning, for sure, like I am like I understand like we're all busy, so I am trying
Yeah.
to be a better person and
Yeah.
call sometimes, but
Call sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Call sometimes. It's okay.
The irony is on the flip side of that. You know how that's so interesting because your approach to time is because I have quite a little of it.
Yeah.
When I give it to you, I want it back, right?
Yeah.
I'm literally the same as you, but on the flip side. I'm like, because I don't have much time, please don't reach out to me too much.
Oh.
Like I'm literally on the other side.
Yeah.
And what I find is that I feel like my time is disrespected if you're calling me too much.
Yeah, but there's too much, but there's also nothing. Like the too much is obviously there, but there's
Yeah.
that thing for she
does-
does nothing.
Yeah, she makes
Just
no
because
effort. She doesn't call ever.
She doesn't call like you find that in your phone book all your calls are outgoing.
I prefer that. I really do.
Yeah,
I really prefer that.
I agree.
Genuinely.
That's rough.
Yeah, I don't know. I prefer it. I prefer it.
But
Like,
does it actually happen though
what?
in your life?
What?
The
The
does it
Yeah,
actually
tell
happen?
us.
What,
The
me
you
calling
calling.
girls?
No,
Yeah.
like no, that no, not you calling girls. That a girl won't be ringing up your phone. That you're like
Oh,
she won't make the
they're not
effort.
calling me.
No, that
Yeah.
they are calling you.
That-
Yeah, that's why it annoys me sometimes.
Yeah, that's because
Yeah.
you see he operates from the other end of the spectrum, which is he's got girls calling all the time. So he's like,
Oh.
dog, the way you stand out is by calling
Very-
less.
Okay.
Exactly.
No.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Meanwhile, for those of us who are in the other side of the curve, the demand curve. No, the demand curve. Those of us who are in
Demand,
the lower
supply.
side.
I've seen your phone book, buddy. I've seen your phone book. It's not the case.
Oh, the
It's not the
tease.
case.
Lovely. So I'm going to share my last ick, and
Yeah.
then we're all going to go around and share something positive because positive vibes over here. So my last ick is, I don't know if it's going to make sense, but I'm going to try my best to like explain. So I get the ick from men who act like fans. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, like I don't know how to explain, but I do get a bunch of DMs, and they give me the ick. Like, like the chances of me going out on a date with a man that like knows me from Instagram is very low, because I'm just like, he has this like idea and perception of me off of like Instagram, and he expects to see Sharon K. Mwangi, and like I'm not always like Sharon K. Mwangi. Sometimes I'm just like Sharon, you know what I mean?
She goes by Sharon, Shaz,
Shari. Like sometimes I'm just like, you know, like I'm not always like that person. So I'm also like going through this like weird phase where a lot of the men in my DM are coming like hitting on me with scripture. Yeah, because I think they think that's what I want to hear. So it's very like, I mean, I could read out some DMs, because I always take screenshots when I get one like that, because it gives me such an ick. And it's like, hi, we can grow our relationship with the Lord together, or hi, I was just meditating on this word and I thought I should share it with you.
You know, like the way the Lord, you walked in the desert for the 40 days.
Yeah.
For 40 days I've wondered, when will my DM get a reply?
Exactly. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm all for that, and I love a man that has a relationship with God, but I'm just like, you're just telling me what you think I want to hear. Yes. You know what I mean? And you're not actually being authentic, you're not actually being real, and you're acting like, yeah, this is the Sharon Mwangi that I see, and so I'm gonna come at her like this. So it's just like, even if I meet like a man somewhere and he comes at me like a fan.
Yes.
I mean, and I love my fans. I love people who like show me love and support me. But if you come at me like, oh my God, you're Sharon Mwangi, blah blah, can I take you out on a date? No. Immediately no. Like
you've given them the playbook now.
I mean, I have, but
what's your name? Oh, cool.
No, like, don't be nonchalant. I don't like nonchalant men as well. Like,
Sharon, I think I have the perfect line. I've been thinking about it for the past 15 seconds.
What?
For as the Lord turned 12 loaves and 2 fish,
What?
so shall I feed you, Sharon. So shall I give you sustenance.
Wow. It's okay.
Well, yeah, it's your fluster. You're turning
I
pink.
mean, no. With embarrassment.
Christ is risen, Sharon.
Oh, God.
And so has my love for you.
Call me Abraham, I'll kill my son for you.
Just no. But like those that's what I'm getting right now.
Are you Joseph's technical at court? Are you Joseph's technical at court? Because I'd wear you all over me.
Oh gosh. Oh. No. But that's like, I'm getting a lot of those, and Oscar, stop. And just basically any man that comes at me like a fan, no, just treat me like a normal person. Ask me out like you would ask any normal girl out, and just don't do any of that. It's like, it's weird. It gives me the ick. So that's my
on the seventh day God rested.
Oh, gosh.
But your beauty did not.
I agree.
As Noah built the ark, so we'll build this relationship. We'll ride the sea of life.
I wish I never shared this. I wish I kept this to myself, because I have created monsters. I really have. Anyways,
I would live
Peter,
a mile for you.
I can't. I just can't.
You know, as Peter said, Lord, 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 pull me from the water. So Sharon, do I thirst for you to pull me from this love? It's a lot. Eli, we can go this.
No, we're not. No, we're done. We're done.
No.
You're giving me like
okay, one more.
PTSD.
What if he gives
No.
you Luke 1:44?
Which is?
Blessed is he who has believed the Lord. What does it say? Who?
Oh, he's reading from my frame. I have a frame that has a verse. So no.
You don't like observing guys?
No. So just don't do any of that, and we'll be cool. Yeah. So I think now we can.
I have one last one.
No.
One last one, please.
No.
Please, Jared, one last one.
Oh my
okay.
God.
Okay.
Last one.
As Moses saw the burning bush, Sharon, a flame and a blaze, so shall the love I have for you remain in the fire of the Lord. You shall ask me, who are you, Oscar? And I shall say, I am who I am. The one who is for you.
Immediately,
I
no.
put that in a paragraph.
Immediately, no.
I've got a headache.
Some have
You look at me like
Java.
you want me to-
Do you have a last one? Or
Some
we're
have
done?
Java.
I can give you.
No.
Okay.
Some
we're
have
done.
Java.
No,
Some have
we're
at
done.
cafe. But I shall give you the bread of the Lord.
God, I'm so done.
As Lot's wife turned to stone,
Mm.
the only stones you shall see are on your
wasn't
finger.
stone.
Oh.
It wasn't a stone.
Salt. Is it salt?
It was a pillar of salt. You don't even know.
But it looked like a guy's.
It was a pillar
I
of
was just
salt.
talking about an engagement.
It was a
ring.
pillar of salt. So let's move on, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Okay, to the good things.
Yes, the good things. So I think there are things
Okay.
that we do appreciate about like women, and about as a man you appreciate about women, and vice versa. So I think it's good for us to give flowers and also to give compliments, and yeah. So what is like one or two things that you really love about women?
About when I see women, or about women generally?
Generally, whatever it could be.
Wow. I think I'm.
Oh, the icks were like many, but
Yeah, no. There's a million. That's the problem.
Good answer, though.
The women. Yeah, it's a million, to be honest. We'd shoot a whole I think we've shot a whole podcast before called "A Woman's Work,"
Woman's Work.
specifically focusing on women. But I think the one that stands out to me, especially lately, is the nurturing, the ability to nurture. Because I feel like women have this ability to listen to your ideas and to bounce off your ideas and add value to you in a way that sometimes just feels so natural. Like, and it comes from a place of goodness. And that nurturing nature is something I've really like benefited from, because I benefit a lot from the perspectives of African women. Just as much as I benefit from the perspectives of African men. But African women are really like hold you down. I have a lot of them in my support system, and they've been consistent. And if you haven't been, or you've tried to hurt me or something, it just stands out. And I know how a guy should like be treated. I know what love feels like, because I've had like really strong women in my life.
Are you holding them down too?
A million times, you know that.
Period.
Till I
Love
die.
to hear it.
It's one of my best kept secrets.
Oh God.
Beautiful. So I think there's a consistent factor I've seen with the women I love, right? And even ones that are far away, and I see what they're doing in life. I think there's like a silent resilience that women do daily that men will often get praised for, right? For instance, if we're talking like motherhood or parenthood,
Yeah.
a woman doing the bare minimum versus a man doing the same thing, he would get all the flowers, all the praise, etc. But women do this like every day.
Yeah.
Even stuff like menstrual, like that's just a silent resilience that they do every single month, right?
Yeah.
Like supporting family from the back. So you'll see like a family that looks amazing, and obviously the dad will get the praise because you see he's gone to work, you know, he's driving the family. But like the person that's probably doing the harder and the longer work a lot of the time is the woman. So I've just seen like they don't get as much praise, but they still keep on doing it, and they don't do it for that. Because I think guys, one of our great things and bad things is our ego. So guys need compliments to kind of go alongside their actions, but sometimes women don't even need acknowledgement. They just keep going, and so seeing that consistently over time, that's what.
I mean, fun fact, we do like give each other the
Oh, this makes sense.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Like as friends, like we really like hype each other up. We really like support each other. We tell each other we're proud of each other and all of those things. So men might not do it for us, but like, I mean, even from a girl's Instagram comments, you see the way we hype each other. Like,
Do you guys actually mean that? Like,
We
you know, like,
mean
oh,
it.
go off, sis. I'm like, did you really like?
we mean it. Like, have you
Really?
been? Okay, I mean, you haven't, but like, if you've been to a girl's like washroom, the best vibes. Like,
I've heard the story.
yeah, like
Yeah.
You've heard the story of this legendary land.
Yeah.
It's
It's Narnia.
amazing. Yeah, like we actually like hype each other up a lot. Like in a bathroom, we're just like, oh my God, I love your hair. No, I love your hair. Like look at you. Like we give each other flowers. Like even when we accomplish things, like my friends are always the first people to tell me they are proud of me. They're always the first people to support me, to share my work, to like, you know, call me and tell me, I think you did so great, and all of these things. It's usually, so even if men are not giving it to us, we're giving it to each other. And I would propose that as men, you start doing it for each other as well.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Sharon, before we close, as I can tell that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you like in men?
Nothing. men deserve nothing. Deserve no compliments. They deserve nothing.
But
good.
But she's
Okay,
still
no.
sat in the
I'm
passenger
just-
side of a barefooted man's.
I'm joking. I'm not a man hater. Most times.
hesitance. It's
I'm not. I love all people equally. But I really have to think about it, honestly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
the
It takes
icks
some
were
time.
like-
Yeah, the icks were flowing.
Yeah, that's.
What do I like about men?
Yeah.
What do I actually like about men?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Honestly.
We have all
Okay.
the time in the world, by the way.
I know what I like about men.
Right.
2 things.
2 things?
Yeah,
You're
two. Yeah, one
really-
for each of
You're
us.
really
Yeah, one for each of
stretching
us.
it.
No.
You're really...
No,
you want me
this-
to tell you about yourself?
No.
Okay,
No.
All right. I think what I like about men is there's a safety that I get from a man that I feel like I can't get from anyone else. I can't get it from my friends. I can't get it from my mom or like anyone. I think, and especially women who didn't grow up having like a father figure, they really missed out on that like safety aspect. And I think men who come in romantically or even as friends really do that for such women. I think I remember when I was growing up, I didn't necessarily have that. I mean, we had an okay relationship, like me and my dad. But I remember I went to my cousin's house and like we're just like watching a movie and her dad came and now my uncle came and joined us and like they were like cuddling and he was like kissing her and like, you know, like showing her like affection and all of these things. And I remember I was very young when this is happening, maybe like 7 and she's like 5 because she's 2 years younger than me. And I remember her like giggling and I could tell there was like a sense of like safety and warmth that she was getting from her dad. And I was like, wow, like I want that. You know what I mean? And I feel like you can't get that from your friends. I mean, yes, you can, but I feel like there's a certain like warmth and safety a good man can give you and that you can't get from anyone else. So I love that about men. But it's not all men that do that. But the ones that do that, I appreciate you on behalf of the women in the world. That's one. Do I have to give another one?
Yes.
Finish.
Okay, maybe I should give something like physical because now that was like not a non-physical
Wow,
thing.
like
Come
oof,
on,
Yeah.
let's do it.
this girl, we thought like, we thought she was deep,
Yeah.
insightful, in touch with her emotions. Now she's
I
like, nah,
Like, nah.
I want to go straight to the
I
biceps.
What the calf do?
I gave an emotional one. I gave
my
an
God.
emotional one, but physically, I feel like it's not just me, but like I feel like we love when like a man gets a haircut, like gets his beard trimmed, gets a nice cut. I'm just like, where do you think you're going looking like that? Sit in the house. Because I know you're gonna go out there and other women will, it's like a facelift that like you get when you get a haircut and like a beard trim and whatever. I just be like, sit there. I know you're gonna go and those women are gonna see you and they're going to just be like, yeah, who's this beautiful man? I'm like, he wasn't looking like that a few minutes ago before he got that haircut. So keep those haircuts and beard trims happening and looking as beautiful as you're all
Thank you.
looking.
Eli, what are your thoughts on?
Well, here's the thing. I've got 2 questions. And one,
questions?
It's kind of statements. Number 1, if I knew this, I would have cut my hair before I came here. I'm going to the barbershop after the shoot. That's the first mistake. Didn't know this. Noted.
What about the beard? There's no beard.
There is. I just choose not to. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very bad beard. There's like I've been through this many times. There's like a whole gap here that doesn't fill.
Oh, sorry.
So I
Sorry
said
for
no.
you.
I know my strengths, and it's not that.
Okay.
So my question was, you know when, because I've seen some memes about this, you know when a guy
Yeah.
gets a haircut,
Yeah.
and then he goes in his story, I've
Yeah.
done this a few times, and there's
Yeah.
that pan where it's like showing the haircut.
Yeah.
Should men stop doing this, or should they carry on?
Like pan to the
You
back
know
of
when
your
they say-
head.
When they like show the haircut.
To the
Like
back
when
of
they-
your head.
No. When they the barber does like this whole thing, and like
Uh-huh.
shows how good the haircut is. You've seen these videos.
I mean, that's fine.
Should we stop? Because I saw a whole thread about guys should stop doing this. In the barber chair.
What? No, I don't mind that. I just mind men who always take selfies, and post those.
Yeah. Like a still.
Yeah, like a.
Like a
Yeah, no,
No, do it again, please, for the fans.
No, I'm just like, why are you posting yourself?
Yeah, no, so
Sharon is dumb.
No,
You're
like,
crazy.
no.
Sharon is crazy. She did the show.
Yeah, and I mean, unless you're like a content creator or like an artist or something, why do you have a ring light, sir? What are you doing with a ring light posting selfies, like, or like, no. Your mates are buying houses and cars. You're posting selfies on Instagram for women to thirst trap. No.
So you don't
And unless you're like,
You know, like I've thought about like 16
Unless-
different.
furthermore,
unless you're like a gym guy, why are you posting shirtless pictures? Like on the
But
mirror.
when you say gym guy, what
Like
do you mean?
you're a not gym guy, but like you're a trainer or something, then you have to show us your portfolio, which are your abs, to show us that your training actually works. That's fine. But if you're just like a normal guy and then every single day
You're a computer engineer.
yeah,
or a
you have a,
marketing
like
agency.
9 to 5 every day shirtless pictures.
Or
And
a
then like
consultant,
with
maybe.
like your like pants like a little lower to show us like the V and everything, and it's like a mirror selfie every day.
But once in a while,
Put
doesn't
that
hurt.
phone down,
what
sir.
about when girls do this?
Once a while, if you're on holiday, you're
Just a
shirtless,
second.
cool, you know. Once a while, like you're in the gym, fine. Every day, no.
Okay, what about
Then-
equality? Okay, this then.
One,
Please go ahead.
one last one. You're on TikTok. You can be on TikTok, that's fine. You're on TikTok, you're like, kwanza I see a lot of like white young boys doing
the
this.
guys.
You've seen those ones.
Which ones?
Like, pop the
Those
hips and
ones.
stuff. Oh
Yeah,
my
like
God.
popping their hips, shirtless, like
What?
like
What are we
doing
saying?
dances on TikTok.
Hey, my algorithm does not boost that.
They're there.
Yeah.
They're there. Immediately, no. No.
I hear that. There is
Okay.
a weird
No.
generation of that.
Yeah, there are like a lot of like people doing
When
that,
they do this
and I'm just
POV
like,
scenario, you're locked in a car.
yeah,
Like those things,
yeah.
and
What
then-
would I?
yeah,
What
what
would
I
you
do-
do if
oh
I
my
if I
God.
if I robbed your house? Like what?
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Call the police. Thanks.
Hey, Eli, your algorithm, the way they're relating with this.
No, I see people repost it. My sister's
Yeah.
sending them all the time. Like they're hilarious.
Yeah.
And then when girls react
Such
to
an
it,
ick.
it's hilarious.
Yeah. Sorry, I was supposed to share positive things.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
My question.
Imagine,
Yeah, my question.
imagine she was supposed.
Um,
Imagine,
yeah.
can you imagine?
I did
Where's the
share
camera?
two
She was
positive-
supposed to
No,
share
I
positive
did share
things.
two positive things. I love men.
The showing of skin and the assumption that it's for the female gaze. See, when women show skin and they're like, this is not for the male gaze. Sometimes for guys,
We do nothing
it's
for the male gaze.
No, sometimes we don't do things for the female gaze.
So
Sometimes
you
we're
just want to
like,
see
I'm
you
proud
just
of
want
me.
your homies to see your abs.
Yeah, I've been killing it in the gym. Okay, I'm not saying like I do it, but like
Yeah.
you want to be like, I've been working on this every day consistently.
And I
Wow.
said once in a while is okay.
Mhm.
Every day,
Mhm.
that's my
What
problem.
about progress? They want to do progress every day, like day 1, day 2, day 3.
Yeah, no, dog.
Tuna
For
gender
me,
issue.
I just want the
Same,
same
be yourself,
energy.
guys, be
Me,
yourself.
I've seen a few. How can I say? Someone is computer science, double degree, double major, but we're getting selfies from the ladies every day. Does this mean that if we're applying the same logic, that they should also stop doing that, or
Yeah.
No,
no? Why not? Why shouldn't we use the same
because
logic?
double standards exist and that's okay.
That's fascinating.
That's fascinating. Wow.
That's
Oh,
so
wow.
interesting.
That's so wild.
Just get another
That's so
memory card.
crazy.
Let's carry on talking
I
about
feel like I need another
It's
50
true.
minutes.
Like, let's be realistic, guys. I know we want to live in a world where we're like double standards are horrible, blah blah blah. They do exist, and
Okay.
it's okay that they exist. It's just not like, I think it's like on a spectrum. Like when it's a spectrum that's harmful to the other party, then fine, the double standard should not exist. But if it's like those like small things, that's fine. Like
Why would you?
it's being realistic. We're human beings.
Well,
Like,
let's go with that. Really.
no, let's not go with that. Let's end the episode. Let's end the episode.
Yeah, as you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, the best kept secret was about to be let out.
We'll be back.
We will be back to discuss this.
extensively.
She should come for a ManTalk episode because hey, she said
Yeah,
double
we're filming
standards.
soon. I know
She
you're
said
taking
double
a break.
standards
Mm.
exist.
They do exist, and it's fine sometimes that
Can we
they
talk about that
exist.
for an hour?
Yeah,
On our
we can.
podcast?
I feel like it might be
Yeah.
3 because that was a very dangerous thing you just said.
And I said on a spectrum. If it's like this, like tiny little end of the spectrum, it's fine.
Beware of the spectrums we pick when they're convenient.
I have
Aurelius,
nothing
right?
to say.
Okay,
Okay.
it's Aurelius, I believe.
I have nothing to say other
Confucius,
than
I believe said.
ending this episode here and saying thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you, Eli and Oscar, for joining me in this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was insightful in some way, one way or another. And thank you so much for being here, listening for those who are listening, and watching for those who are watching.
Thanks for
Do you
having
have
us.
anything to say?
Yeah,
guys?
Sharon, congrats, first of all,
Oh,
on your
thanks.
podcast. It's a big thing. I know it looks like it's easy to just set cameras up,
Yeah.
start talking,
Yeah.
doing it on your own as well. So congrats. Thanks for having us as one of your first guests. Wishing you
Yeah.
all the success in this pod and everything else.
Thank you.
We wish you all of the success, all of the happiness.
Come on.
I'm very proud of you, Sharon. I'm looking at the
Thank
mic
you,
because I feel
Oscar.
like the mic and me are connected because it's such good equipment.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey. That's
Anyway.
the bill that no one asked for.
No one asked for that,
Mentally
but
happy.
here we are.
Yeah, imagine she's told me no one asked after spending a whole hour with her. Sharon, you continue to just dig the hole that our relationship is. It's terrible. We're in the gutter.
We're in the trenches.
We're in the trenches.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is why double standards exist, guys. There it is.
that's why they exist.
Alright.
See you guys.
See you, bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.
No, mine.